know if it's me or if it's mine. Can you hear me?
No.
Hello. I'm challenged. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Lori, but it's just that time is not on our side, but I believe you will share your presentation with the CTO so that each one of us can be able to access the information that you have for us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our discussion. Mr. Lori shared critical areas. The main one that he talked to was that HR have an impact in the overall success of the organization. And there are a lot of things that we need to do right. We need to be clear in terms of what is it that we want to achieve. We need to have a sense of urgency when you set your targets. Make sure that you achieve your target on time. You talk to issues of organizational culture, that you need to get your culture up. Be able to define the culture of your organization. Issues of financial availability and also issues of skills shortage. So at this point in time, questions and comments from you will be highly welcome to the panel. I believe Mr. Lori is still with us online. Questions, comments from you, but there is a question that came online from Makoma. Makoma is asking, how does an organization socialize and manage the two sets of employees, given that they are to coexist for the organization to succeed? I don't know if there's any questions from online. Master of Ceremony.
That is one from online.
Yeah. Questions from the floor to the panel. Anyone? Going once? No questions? So the presentations were clear, I believe. Okay, question. Right.
I want to find out from Mr. Dino. You talked about the generation Z and the millennial. So how would you blend, since you have different generational gaps in an organization? You have the millennials coming up and those who were born, let's say, before computers. How would you manage, or how would you bring those different generational people with different generations together in order to achieve some success?
Your name and Dora from?
MOCB Ghana.
All right, thank you, Dora. I believe you got the question, Mr. Juma. Different generations in an organization, one vision, one mission. How do we ensure that we work together to achieve that?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think that question also relates to what Makoma raised on how do you socialize. Actually, the generational issue has been with humanity for a long time. It's only a question of how we manage. And particularly in this particular time when there is a whole change in technology, we have the digital migrants and digital natives. Now, how to blend the two together? You'll find that the digital natives are very, very good in making presentations, in working with the systems, working online. So when you assign them responsibilities on their areas of strength, they get highly motivated. You get the older ones and you assign responsibilities on areas of strength. What we've actually done in at CA is to train at supervisory level and above on mentoring, so that they can actually mentor those who are younger. You don't want to see the older people feeling threatened by the younger ones, or the younger ones feeling these are blocking me from moving forward. So when you create a mentorship program, then it brings the symbiotic strength, where the younger people feel, I want to be in that position, and for me to be in that position, I need to be good in people relationships. I need to be good in what I do best. So when you bring that together, then you blend them together with responsibilities. So that is an area that has worked for us when we introduced the mentorship programs, and we actually also we train the younger people to see themselves as the future, to see themselves as preparing to take over. For example, in my team in HR, and I'm very clear about it. I tell my team I am on wind down. So I want to see every activity I am involved in. The next 2 years, I want to sit behind and watch you doing it. It's unfortunate that my team was not able to come because of visa, they applied a bit late. But that is what we are trying to encourage, even as they go for international assignments. We have the leaders of delegation and we have the younger team preparing to take over. I think that reduces conflict. That ties with what Makoma raised in terms of socializing. When we have activities, sometimes we also encourage the younger people to make presentations because you are building their confidence. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Junasi, a question? Your name, where you're from?
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Bridget Anani from Ghana, Vodafone Ghana. My question goes to Mr. Lori. So I was really interested in the digital transformation topic for our organization, for example. We are currently in that situation. And you realize that we talk about the importance of relearning and unlearning, so reskilling and upskilling in the digital skills. You realize that HR actually leads this transformation. So getting all other employees to learn new skills or learn these digital skills. But HR themselves tend to leave, we tend to leave ourselves behind, okay, on this journey. So my question is, can you share any tips on how to get ourselves as HR and our colleagues to actually join in this transformation, especially regarding data science skills, acquiring these data science skills and data analytics skills? Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. Mr. Lori, you got the question, right?
Yes. Yes, I think from what I understood from it, I could venture an answer. No, I think it was Ms. Trower who mentioned aligning the strategy with how you the HR strategy with the business strategy. So if the business decides that this is the direction we're going, and very interesting that you said that HR is the one leading the transformation, but there's some of your team members that are still not fully on board. Unfortunately, one of the things with us as HR persons, we fall very much into that bracket or that boat of persons who tend to get shut off from learning after a while. We have engineers and doctors and so on who understand the importance of continuous learning, but as HR persons, we don't see that all the time. And so you have to find creative ways to encourage your people to keep learning and to keep understanding that this is what's happening. You remember a few years ago, we used to threaten our people and we said, you need to continue learning because the robots are coming to take your job. Well, hello, that time is now. They're no longer coming, they're here. So it's a matter of understanding that if you don't get ready, like I had to understand in my young professional life, if you don't get ready, things are going to happen without you. And the opportunities, the new opportunities that are coming, you're going to be on the outside looking in. They say luck is when opportunity meets preparation. And if you're not prepared, then you won't be lucky enough to be around with us and you become obsolete, you become a dinosaur. And that's just, you have to be straightforward and honest as possible. And for some persons, if they do not get retooled and upskilled, they would just be on the outside looking in. That there's no other way to put it. But HR has to be on board. HR has to, as HR, we have to become strategic with how we do things, which means that we have to do our homework as well. We have to know what's coming. We have to know where we are, where we need to be, and address that gap and be strategic about it. So we're first looking for the smallest gap, and then we design training programs to get our people trained up, and then we move on to the next, and to the next, and to the next.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Sarah, do I have a moment to squeeze in one last question?
Yep,
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
Ms. Jane, one last question from online. How can the leaders of an organization begin to create an inclusive organizational culture?
I think it's things like developing some routines, like there's going to be a knowledge exchange session, and they show their commitment right at the top by saying why it's important, and then they let go of the praise for whoever is an expert in the organization or from outside to come and share, and they sit there and they learn alongside their employees. So knowledge exchange sessions is a good way, a good habit, a good mindset, and then you create a little toolkit. What's important for us in this organization? This is what we learned. And also accreditation. Even if it's 2 hours or 3 hours or 1 hour, our employees and different team members have a nice piece of paper, a certificate from an institution, or to say we run a session, as you were saying, for our young millennials, if they're teaching a session on software skills or their knowledge, you know, they get trained on presentation, communication, they get feedback, so they get that, and also the other people get a piece of paper. So knowledge exchange sessions can start anytime, any place, anywhere. But it's good to have the leaders sitting alongside. I'm also learning. I'm going back to basics. You can see me learning, no matter how. It's a sign of humbleness that they're willing to learn whatever that particular skill is.
Thank you very much. We have come to the end. I believe that we've got we learned something new. We've got new perspective, and we're going to go back to our respective organizations to go and create a change. Remember, the important thing is to adapt and be innovative and be able to evolve and be able to create that change in your respective organization. So at this point, just 30 seconds, Mr. Lori, just one highlight from yourself. In 30 seconds to the audience.
30 seconds or maybe less, just to impress upon our people the importance of continuous learning. That is how we're going to address skills gaps. That is how we're going to get ready for what's coming. Because I think everyone touched on it today. Mr. Juma and Ms. Jane, is that we have to be strategic in everything that we do, and we do have to get ready. Keep learning. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Juma. Highlight, 30 seconds to the audience.
I think the only thing that I can say is that fear is one of the greatest challenges in going through transformation. Let's encourage our people to overcome fear and assure them it is okay to make mistakes and to try again.
Make mistakes and try again.
And you are change. So no pressure there. Okay, ask the right questions. You're going to get the right answers. The quality of our working life depends on the quality of the right questions you're asking yourself, and you're asking your team, and you're asking your country. So I look forward to hearing your successful journey on even higher quality questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Get the right answers. So thank you very much to the CTO. Thank you very much to my amazing panelists for sharing knowledge. Mr. Lori online, thank you very much. And thank you to the audience. You've been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are now on coffee break.
We wish that you could be here with us to take a picture.